You in this series of studies that we've been doing, chapter 20 of the book of Genesis concerning Abraham, the great prophet of God, the father of faith, and a man by the name of Abimelech, who was kind of a king in his own right. And he's the one that had taken Abraham's wife, Sarah, into his own house because Abraham and Sarah both said, well, he's not my husband, he's my brother. And so now Abimelech has been involved in these things, and he's been called to account by God. And I told you this yesterday, that God said to him, he says, restore to the man, deal with it. But then Abimelech asked Abraham, he says, why would you do something like this? And it's always amazing to me whenever a unbeliever who does not believe in your faith and your God questions you, why did you not believe in your own God? Why did you not practice your own faith? Well, it just tells us sometimes us Christians, we got a little act to clean up in all of this. But Abraham's response was, he says, I was concerned that the fear of God was not in this place. He said basically this. He said, I've moved my family into this area of Gerar, and I did not know whether you all would respect and believe in the God that I serve, and so I feared you. Well, I wrote this in my book, and I'm saying this to you now, that in Abraham's early walk with God, he was not a father of faith. He was a human being subject to make mistakes and do dumb things, and we all do. And I'm here to admit it behind this radio microphone. I do things that I shouldn't do sometimes. I don't mean to, but I do. Like the Apostle Paul says, oh, wretched man that I am. But here, Abraham is just being honest when he's saying it. I did not have enough trust and belief in the God that I serve. In other words, I put limitations upon my God. I believe that he can do some things, but he can't do all things. And unfortunately, you've done it and I've done it, but we shouldn't do it. The truth is that God says, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change. I'm not powerful over here and not powerful over here. I am powerful wherever you go. And I will lead you, and I will protect you. And the truth being that even though Abraham went to Egypt, and he denied there that Sarah was his wife, he goes down to where Abimelech was, does the same thing, but God never turned his back on him and protected him. In these hostile places, God protected him. Oh, aren't you glad that God is a merciful God, that he loves us even when we're unlovely? I sure do give him praise for that. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.